All right, you know what that is, kids. Can't fake that shit. Hello, friends. It's Uncle Larry, just checking in on a Uni Vibe Friday. And I know it's been a while, but boy, have I been busy. I've been running around. I got sick last weekend, which was rough, but this week I've been running around doing all kind of stuff. But just wanted to check in and say hello to everybody and see how everybody's doing. Let's see, what did we do this week? I started the week with some Kid Rock stuff, which was super fun. I always love going over there. He likes to smoke incessantly in the studio, these cigars that he smokes. And for a guy that's getting over a cold, that was a little much, but man, he's great to hang with. And before you start your negative Kid Rock comments that you're just about to type, that cat is cool, man. He's cool in my book, and he's super musical, and he's fun to hang out with. And save your politics for another channel, people, okay? I've worked with that guy a million times. He's been nothing but cool to me. And then the day after that, Rick Beato came into town, my old buddy, and we did a little fun video that's going to be coming out on his channel soon. And so keep your eyes peeled for that. How do you peel your eyes? You ever think about that? That would be weird to peel your eyes. I think about that sometimes. But man, we had a blast. We got together at a really nice studio here in Nashville. We put a little video together of guys in the studio playing with a really cool artist, and it was fun. And he was cool to hang out with, and love that boy. And today, I don't really got much going on until a bit later, but I was going to do a video and show you. See, my friend Bubba, you guys have heard Bubba. I've talked about him, my guru, man, the guy that started me on all this shit when I was a kid. Get me into vintage guitars. He said, Luke, can you help me sell my old Univ Vibe? Okay, look how clean this thing is. He shipped it down here from Cleveland. This thing is clean, man. And it sounds unbelievable. I was like, not expecting it to sound as good, because I have one too. I have an old one over here. And I've had this thing for years. It was a gift that a friend gave me a long time ago. And I never thought it sounded that great, to be honest. And I just compared it to the one that Bubba sent down. This one, Bubba's kills it. It sounds like really evil. That's what I'm always like, kind of wishing these things would do. You know, I don't consider myself to be much of a Univ Vibe guy, to be honest, but I do love that evil thing that they do. And this one has got it in spades. It's loud and really raunchy in a cool way, and it runs beautifully. Sad part is, if you look on Reverb, they have gotten unbelievably expensive. I mean, there's guys asking over $4,000 for ones that are whipped. Bubba was trying to keep things very reasonable because he respects the homeschoolers. This one is primo with the cancel foot switch, and he said, try to get me $3,800 for it. And I thought, well, dude, you could do more than that. And he said, nah, man, that's cool. I'm gonna give the homeschoolers a little deal on this one. So you can thank old Uncle Bubba for that one. I would have asked more, because I would have tried to gouge you guys a little more. Just kidding. No, I think that's a real fair price, and you know, it seems reasonable. And these are getting hard to find. And if you're a Hendrix freak, you got to have one. See, remember that a long time ago? For those that have been around for a long time, Kenny Wayne and I did a little shootout video with some Univ Vibes a long time ago at a studio, but it wasn't great because the amp we were playing through wasn't working right, and it sounded terrible. But you heard this one, man. This thing sounds killer. Kenny Wayne's he's got 4 or 5 Univ Vibes, man. He loves Univ Vibes. Let's see, what do we got in the VCB here? Oh, thanks for all the kind words about the Brett Papa video that we did, where I was showing some concepts and licks and things on the old Les Paul. And, you know, it's pretty fun to see, like, what an actual video looks like that's not shot on an iPhone, you know? You can see clarity, you can see, like, you know, the finish checking in the guitar. It looks pretty cool, right? But a lot of people were asking, you know, that just sort of came over. There's been a bunch of new subscribers lately, and I wanted to thank you all for coming over. And I'll get into all the rules about being on this channel in a little while, you know, the rules that, the code of conduct that we call it over here at the Homeskoolin channel. That's makes it a little different from some of the other channels. You can't be a dick. That's first of all. That's the first rule. No dicks allowed. And just a few other things, certain things we can't talk about. You know, you guys know. You know, we'll school them, all the new guys. They'll get there. And but thanks for coming aboard. And a lot of people are asking, is that Les Paul a reissue? Because it doesn't look like any of the reissues that are available. And that is not a reissue. That's the one I had to sell everything I own to get. But boy, I'll tell you, the more I play that guitar, the more I love it. Especially since I did a little trick on the inside of it with a couple of treble bleed caps that were not soldered. They're actually just laid in there, totally reversible. Don't tell anybody about that, but since I've done that, that guitar is even more astounding than it was, because it always sounded great on 10. But now there's a whole bunch of worlds there when you start turning the volume down to 7 and 8, and it's quite intoxicating. But don't tell anybody about that, because that's top secret shit, okay? This is Homeskoolin episode 260, by the way, if you can imagine. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I really, again, seriously, thank you for all the kind words about the Brett Papa thing. And we're going to do more of that. We got another one coming up, another sort of teaser video coming up soon, where I get into a lot of detail talking about the whole speed picking thing, which I'm quite ashamed about. I'm embarrassed to be a shredder sometimes. But I feel like a lot of people have asked, you know, how are you doing that? I've had millions of inquiries, and I thought, well, let's get into the detail on that and really try to show as much, at least as I can on that. You know, sort of whatever I do, that if you like it, there it is. That's what I got. Here's some VCB stuff. Let's see. One guy said, hey, Larry, what you been listening to lately? Man, oh, dude. You know how you just go into wormholes, man, and just rediscover things? You guys know I love Robert Palmer. I've always loved Robert Palmer, but I have just been going on a Robert Palmer jag lately, man. I haven't studied his music as much as I should. And man, I love Robert Palmer's shit so much, man. God, he's so amazing. I think he's the most underrated artist in the history of pop music. Dude, that record, Clues, you guys know I love that. I've talked about it openly. I Dream of Wires, all that stuff, man. I've been watching a lot of live footage that's on YouTube. There's some really great interview stuff and live footage. You know, hearing him talk, he reminds me a lot of Dave Stewart. They're both sort of, you know, northern, so like Robert was a Yorkshire man. And I asked Dave if he had ever worked with Robert. He said, yeah, he said he was great. He used to work with him a long time ago, and he said he was a beautiful guy. And man, what a force, man. What a voice. And I love when he would sing all that super low stuff, but it still sounded really amazing. Oh, man. I mean, even the pop stuff, like Didn't Mean to Turn You On and all that stuff, it's just amazing, man. It's just, I love Robert Palmer, man. And then also, too, you guys know I love Steve Morse, but I've rediscovered that song, Day 444. Do you know that? I've talked about it before. I'm a total Steve Morse junkie. I love him. And one of the viewers was actually kind enough to, a while back, to like give me his email, and apparently Steve watched some video that I played and didn't hate it. So about once a year, I'll pester him with an email, you know, just as a fan. And I asked him, you know, about that song, Day 44, and he responded real nice. He said, man, the hardest part of that was playing the guitar. He said it was like a really hard to play old Fender 12-string acoustic with the action really high. And can you imagine trying to play that piece on that guitar? He said it was really hard to get in tune and all that. And but if you guys don't know the intro and the whole song, Day 444, it is, I can't even listen to it without feeling crazy, weird feelings. It's so incredible to think that somebody could write that, record it, and even conceptualize that. It's incredible. It really is incredible. You know, you hear stuff like that and it just humbles you to the point where you're just like, wow, man, there's no need for me to ever get an ego about anything. When there's stuff like that in this world, somebody created that. You know, someone wrote that, man. And there it is, right there for the rest of time, for the whole world to witness. And, you know, people getting freaked out, you know, about how great this and that is and stuff. And it's just, when you listen to something like that, and it's just like, wow, okay, human beings are capable of a lot more than we give them credit for. But anyway, kudos to Steve, man, for coming up with that. And maybe one day I'll come up with something like that. I'm going to keep trying, that's for damn sure. So if anybody wants this Univ Vibe, I think you're making a good choice, because you'll never find a cleaner one. And the fact that it came from Bub is the coolest, because everything you ever get from Bub is amazing. All his guitars are set up perfectly, and they all play amazing. So the Bub seal of approval on this thing is a no-brainer. You know, I haven't heard it yet, but I bought this a while back, just as a gag, just to see if it does anything. The Unifuzz that matches it. So I'll let you know how that goes when I plug it in. Bub said they're not all that great, but we'll see. All right, friends, have a great day. Don't forget that part. And I'll see y'all soon. Okay, bye-bye.